In western India, millions of workers migrate every year to work in sugarcane fields. These harvesters are compelled to toil hard for 10 to 13 hours per day, maintaining high production levels.
We
have to work in the heat. Even in the scorching sun, we have to work. We don't have a choice.
40-year-old Sakina started working in sugarcane fields as an adolescent. Every year, she moves with her husband and children to the southern part of Gujarat for the 6-month harvesting period.
Money is essential to run the household. It's not like we don't need money. I have small children, and they all depend on me. While we're at home, my children can study for months. But during the migration season, which lasts 6 months, they have to miss school. This is a big obstacle to their education.
After the harvesting season, Sakina earns 350 euros for 6 months of backbreaking work. Ramesh Bhil, commonly referred to as Mukaddam or labor contractor, is a mediator between workers and sugar factories. He is responsible for recruiting the labor force and in enforcing the pace of work.
15 tons must be sent. You have to load the truck completely. Work quickly.
Ramesh is in charge of a group of 30 seasonal workers. While waiting for their salaries, only paid at the end of the season, laborers can borrow money from Ramesh with an interest rate that can scale up to 50%. But their meager incomes are not sufficient to pay back the loan. And so begins a cycle of debt. For the Mukaddam, the sugar factories are responsible for this debt-ridden system.
The Mukaddam does not engage in fraud. He's not corrupt. If the sugar factory provided a salary of 100 or 150 euros per month, workers wouldn't have to rely on loans. Paying a fair wage is the factory's responsibility.
India is currently engaged in a frantic race for sugarcane production. In October 2022, it became the world's largest sugar producer, surpassing Brazil. Indian factories are expected to produce over 35 million tons of sugar this year. The Gandevi sugar factory in Gujarat is one of the largest crushing mills in the region. Ranjit Bhai Nathubhai Patel heads the cooperative operating this factory. It employs 1,300 workers organized in different shifts, ensuring 24-hour operations.
End of the process, everything is done. Now I will take you to the packing.
When asked about the employees' terms of pay, the director evades the question.
Mukaddam recognized by the sugar mill, we have to believe on them because they are doing the right job and we have to depend on them to run the whole operation. It's not the one corporation or one people or one particular area is responsible about that. It's the upliftment comes from the bottom. It needs education, it needs another awareness, it needs the government attention, it needs all kind of stuff. Well,
these factory managers are not interested in questioning the long-established economic model of the sugar industry, relying heavily on an unskilled labor force. A few kilometers from the factory lies a camp where over 1,000 laborers live without access to basic amenities like toilets or running water. Today, these human rights activists share some good news with these workers.
But what did the Mukaddam tell you? Has he told you that your salary will be increased? Will he take a percentage of your salary? You have all been working so hard. The salaries have been increased by the government, so they must give it to you fairly.
A recent law passed by the Gujarat government guarantees a minimum wage of 5.30 euros per ton of harvested sugarcane for the workers, compared with 2.65 euros previously. This reform will impact over 3 million impoverished workers. However, union activists believe that this is not enough.
Our demands also include access to clean drinking water, electricity, toilets and bathroom facilities, since the women have to go out for toilets or take a shower outside. Those are our basic demands. We'll continue to write to the government and keep demanding that. But if the government wants the well-being of laborers, they should make a law that is implemented immediately and provide people with the right to live with dignity.
With an increase of 5%, sugar production has once again broken records this year. An achievement at the expense of working conditions for sugarcane cutters.